Hey guys, what's going on? Teo Vanya here, and I want to talk to you guys about three most common mistakes that most Shopify and e-commerce owners stumble upon. Okay, and these three mistakes always end up being with the question like, I'm getting a lot of traffic, but I'm not getting any sales. What's going on? I'm getting a lot of at the carts, but I'm not getting any sales. What's going on? Okay, I'm getting a lot of visitors and people are talking about my product, and this is a hot selling product, but no sales. What is going on? All right, so I'm going to uncover three of the most common mistakes in e-commerce and what you can do about it to essentially break free of that. Okay, so here are the three most common mistakes. So mistake number one. Okay, mistake number one. This is very important. Number one is your product. Okay. Now, a lot of you guys, you go out there and you think that, drop shipping and everything else is so easy that, lots and lots of people are making $100,000, $1 million in this thing, and all you got to do is just plug in a product and go out there and put it on Facebook ads and make $1 million. It doesn't work that way, okay? So there's a lot more to it. When it comes to finding your product, you have to find out, number one, what people want, okay? I teach this thing called an empathy map. And on the empathy map, you got to find out what people are seeing, what they're talking about it, what they're hearing about it, what they're thinking about it. Once you find that, you either find out if it's a pain point or a gain, okay? Meaning that if the product solves a pain or if it's just something that looks fancy and nice. It's 2 times easier to sell something that's a pain than it is to sell something that just looks fancy or nice, okay? So the product is very important. You have to find out what people are saying and talking about the product, and you got to see within the past 24, 48 hours if that product is actually selling. This is a very common mistake. A lot of my students who came into my training, they were going out there. I had a student, he spent $5,000 to make $800 on the product, and I asked him, I was like, why? And he's like, oh, I just liked the product. I thought it was going to sell really well. That's not really the way of doing this, right? In terms of marketing, marketers like you and I, we know that in order for a product to work, you have to do your research first. You have to go out there and you got to see if people actually like your product and if there are buyers in that market. Okay, so very, very common mistake that a lot of new beginning drop shippers and store owners end up getting, is oh, I think my product will sell. Don't think about it. Look at the numbers. I honestly, I've created a system where I just blast out products. I do about 10 to 20 products per day, and I don't even do the products myself. I have someone else do my product ads, but I blast out 10, 20 products per day, and all I look at is the numbers. I just look at how many at the carts, what's the conversion rates, how many people are engaging, does this product solve a pain point, and does it have a solution? So that's one of the main reasons why I take a look at product. And this is a lot of times this is why new e-commerce store owners, new drop shippers, they end up failing, is because they just think that the product can sell because they think it's going to sell. Okay, don't do that. All right, you're better than that. You got to find out if people are actually buying the product, and you got to do some data research. Okay, and I'll show you how to do that later on. Okay, so number two, most common mistake in e-commerce is your sales page. Okay. Now, how many of you guys have actually gone out there and you think to yourself, you're like, okay, I have a really good product and I'm going to go and target this on Facebook, but all of a sudden, they end up on your sales page, like they click on the link, you get lots and lots of clicks, right? This is a question I get a lot, like, I'm getting lots of clicks but no sales. Why? Is because you have a product that's good, you're getting lots of clicks to your Facebook ad, but your sales page sucks. Okay, there's no trust, there's no credibility, and people, they go on the sales page and they're like, I don't know, it's kind of like a scammy website, right? This is very important. There are 7 things that I look for in a sales page that improves conversions. Okay, and those 7 things are: number 1, I look for discount codes. Number 2, I look for trust badges, trust seals. Those things that say, guaranteed shipping and 100% secure checkout. Okay, I look for those. Number 3, I look for reviews on the sales page. If there are no reviews, that's 25% of your customers will leave. They're not going to come back and and come back to your sales page because they don't trust it. Number 3, I'm looking for contact information. Okay, sorry, number 4, I'm looking for contact information. I'm looking for anything that has an email address, a phone number, an address, anything like that. Usually you put that on the bottom of the footer. I had a student do this. He improved his sales conversions by 2% just by doing that. Okay. Number 5, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for social proof. Are people buying this? Okay, such as the little pop-ups that come up and say, you know, so-and-so just bought this product. Okay. Number 6, I'm looking for the add to cart button. Is that add to cart button small or is that add cart button big? And does it solve that problem where, you know, if you're on your mobile phone, you're trying to search and search and you're scrolling really fast, you have about 5 to 15 seconds to capture someone to make them into a sale. Now, if your phone is showing up as an add to cart button, is like this little teeny tiny thing, how many people do you think is going to click add to cart? Okay, you think about it. Now, if your add to cart button was nice and big and is wide and it takes up the, you know, a good portion of the screen on a desktop and on a mobile phone, how many people do you think is going to click add to cart? Definitely a lot more than those people that are clicking on the little teeny tiny thing, right? So that's very important, number 6. Number 7, okay, I'm looking at the checkout process. How easy is it from add to cart to checkout to actually purchase? Okay, a lot of students, this is really a common mistake. A lot of students, they don't even check the checkout process. Like, raise your hand if you fall into that trap, right? I fell into that trap when I first started doing this thing. I didn't even check the checkout process. I never clicked checkout. I never input my, you know, my name, address, and kind of just go through the whole checkout process. And all of a sudden, I've had students, they go through this. They've been sending hundreds of dollars in Facebook ads, and they go to this checkout process, and they're like, how come I'm not getting any sales? I take a look at their checkout process, right? And the checkout process, you can't even put in a shipping because there's no shipping settings, okay? Common mistake. They're saying, oh, I'm getting lots of add to carts, but no sales. Have you checked your checkout process yet? All right? That's a question you should be asking yourself. Very important. Okay, number 3, last thing. Very, very common mistake that a lot of new beginners end up doing is number 3. Okay, this is very, very important. Number 3 is your Facebook targeting. Okay, your Facebook targeting. Many students, they end up going through this process and all of a sudden, excuse me, all of a sudden they go out and they're like, okay, I have a product, I have a really high converting sales page, and my targeting sucks, right? How many of you guys go out there and you go and you test out, you know, one ad set, one campaign, one ad set? Okay, is this you? Or how many of you go out there and you target one campaign, maybe you create like 5 or 10 ad sets, and you don't know you don't know what to look at. You don't know what's working. You don't know, you're getting some sales, okay, but you don't know where the sales are coming from. You don't know how to break down the targeting. You don't know how to go out and scale, okay? There's a lot of problems with a lot of my previous students is they didn't know how to scale, okay? They're like, I'm at $100, I'm at $200. How do I scale this thing? Okay, every time I increase my budget, my product, my sales go down and it just crashes. Why? Okay, or how come some days are better and other days aren't? Or when do I start my ad? When do I stop my ad? How do I go out and create new angles? How do I go out and create the lookalikes, the best lookalikes? Okay, this is a common problem where I have a lot of students, you know, they have a product, they have a sales page, everything is going great, they have really good conversions, but they get stuck right here, okay? They get stuck in the scaling process, they get stuck in the targeting process, they get stuck in the actual know-hows of how Facebook actually works. Now, if you guys don't know, Facebook works off pixels, okay? So these pixels are what's generating inside of Facebook's artificial intelligence. On the back end, Facebook has this artificial intelligence where they can go out there and they can send traffic to the best customers based on the data that you have. Now, if you're not sending them any data, and if you're not, you know, spending money and investing money into this data, you're not going to be able to break free of that e-commerce, that e-commerce scalability. You're not going to be able to do those $100 $500 days, and things like that. It's very, very difficult to do that if you can't target correctly on Facebook. So I have a very special offer for you guys today. What if you're able to get on a free strategy call with one of my Facebook guys, and he's going to be able to break down things that you're doing wrong and the things that you're doing right and show you how you can improve that. Now, this free strategy call is going to be a 45-minute call with one of my Facebook guys, and he's going to show you exactly what you need to improve and how to improve it. Okay, now this is kind of crazy because it's a free call. Okay, usually I charge $400 per hour for these calls, and you guys already know that through my consultation page. But this is a free call that you get with one of my Facebook guys, and he's going to show you why your Facebook ads aren't working. He's going to show you why your store is not working and how to improve that, all right? So just go down to the link below and go to socialstinger.com/call now. And I'm going to show you this form, and on the form you're going to go in and fill out information on exactly when you want the call, your email address, your phone number, and also your Skype info. So if you're out of the USA, we're going to use Skype to call you, okay? So how cool is that? You're going to be able to get all of this inside a free call where he's going to go over all of this and help you out with your Facebook ads. Now, a lot of you guys are still struggling. I was there. I struggled for a very long time. I struggled for 6 months in Shopify and e-commerce before I actually broke through and I was able to create my 6-figure stores. Now, I'm going to help you, and because you're one of my students, I want to help you improve your Shopify store for absolutely free. Okay, so go down below. The link is socialstinger.com/call now, and you're going to get into this form and you're going to fill it out, and I'll see you guys on the inside. Thanks so much for watching this video.